He borrowed it for a while.
All right. How we doing, Johnny?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. You big man? Cooper?
Cooper, how you doing, man?
Nice to meet you.
We got a chair there for you if you like.
Let's see here.
So, this was an interview we actually weren't prepared for.
Yeah.
Weren't?
Not really. We only thought we were getting two because we didn't know about the time and stuff. So.
Oh, Jimmy just told me.
Yeah. He kind of went, hey, you guys want to talk to Zeke? We're like, sure.
Cool.
Might as well get another champion. He's been telling me, though, that you've been having some social media barbs because you're putting the title on the line here tonight on a coin toss match.
Yes.
So, and we've been hearing that you lose the title, don't bother coming back.
Yep.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Man, Bill Crude. Ever since I became champion, he's just been making my life a living hell over at Knockout.
Uh-huh.
So he decides to call IWA and say, hey, put Johnny Zeke on your show and make him put his championship on the line. After I got jumped by Money in Motion.
Oh, Jesus.
Over at Knockout Wrestling. They beat me down with a baseball bat.
Oh.
And, I'm still bruised. So now I have this coin toss match with Wade Daniels, and I've done my research on this man, and this man is going to bring the fight.
Right.
So now I got to give it everything. So if I do win this coin toss, screw it, I'm going to pick a street fight because
Right.
I'm going to show Bill Crude I'm not the one to mess with.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to work my way from the bottom of IWA to the top. Because back there in that locker room, top-notch talent. And I got to prove that I can be a top dog here.
Absolutely. Got any other ones?
Yeah, let's see here. I know that on social media you have had a buddy named Bubba J. Simmons.
Bubba J. Simmons.
He's been talking a little crap about your opponent here coming up.
Well, I mean, I love the support from my fans.
Uh-huh.
And, Bubba J, if you're listening, bro, this guy is no joke. If you do research on this man, he has years on me of experience in this wrestling business. So whether he's old, young, it doesn't matter. Experience is what always wins. But, there's always a but. I learned from the best. And I'm going to put all my knowledge and everything I learned and all the fight I have into this ring tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what got you into wrestling?
Well, when I was 5 years old, my grandfather calls me out of my room. He's like, hey, Johnny, come watch this. And I'm like, what is it? All of a sudden, there's Sting coming down to the ring.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, Grandpa. And then Goldberg was just on his massive destruction in WCW. And we watch it every Monday. And, one thing led to another. I got older. I kind of stopped watching it because I played baseball and football. So, I was like on and off watching it. And then I blew my arm out in baseball. And I was just upset, got depressed, and did nothing. 3 years later, I see on the calendar, I was working as a plant operator at a school. I look on the schedule. Wrestling event, Saturday night, need workers. It's like, okay. Put my name down, thinking it's like an amateur wrestling tournament for like middle school, high school kids. I get in there, there's this giant ring in there. My eyes light up.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And then I'm sitting there next to my supervisor at the time, and I was like, I really wish I could do this. Man came up to me, you really want to be a pro wrestler? I said, it's a dream. Hands me his card. 2 weeks later, I started training with Frankie Reyes.
Wow, dude, that's amazing. That's cool.
And I trained with him for 1.5 years before I started wrestling. I had my first match July 21st, 2018.
Nice.
So I'm relatively new.
Relatively new.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
already
but you-
carrying gold.
But you're carrying gold.
So that explains your talent, though.
yeah, carrying
Won
gold,
two-
chasing your dreams, man.
Won
What
2
more could you want?
championships this year. One championship was the Knockout Wrestling social media title, which I took it off Jimmy Mack, your current AIWF National Heavyweight Champion.
Wow.
That's some big
Yeah, you know,
boots
I
to
watch
fill
this guy
there.
everywhere. I watch his Facebook, everything. Guy's got talent. I beat him once.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll beat him again. Maybe for that AIWF championship.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
baby steps.
Right, baby.
Baby steps. Just won the Knockout Heavyweight Championship.
I'm sure you want to keep on holding
Oh,
it
I
for a
want to
while.
keep on holding this. I've been the guy I beat for this title. Made Knockout a living hell.
Yeah.
Did everything he possibly could. Formed a faction and just ran through the entire locker room.
Wow.
Until he got too big-headed, felt very confident
Somebody
he
had
could
to
beat
put
me.
him back down, huh? Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the thing is, this is the same guy that hired Bill Crude as a special guest referee in our match when I challenged him for the Knockout Heavyweight Championship. He failed by knocking out his own referee.
Yeah. Man.
Man.
All right. Well, what else? What else do we have?
Well, Johnny, who's been your biggest inspiration with wrestling?
My biggest inspiration in wrestling. No, you gotta. I really don't have an answer to that one.
There's so many people, huh?
There's so many.
Yeah.
Like, my thing is, I like to look at moments.
Moments?
Like, a good moment that I saw that brought tears to my eyes was when Eddie Guerrero won the WWE Championship.
Oh yes, I remember.
First
that.
thing he did, he ran right to his mom, gave her the biggest hug, and right there, I felt that in my heart, and I was just watching it off of TV.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just stuff like that. Like,
Absolutely.
if I can get emotionally involved, like that's what it's all about.
Definitely,
And
man,
that's what I try to bring to this ring. I want the fans to know, not only am I out here doing this to perform for them, but I'm doing this because I'm emotionally invested
And you care
in this
about
business. I care about this
You-
business.
that's
Yes,
awesome.
I love doing this. 15 months in, and it's been a great ride so far.
Absolutely.
It's taken me places I've never been before,
Absolutely.
and I think it's amazing.
Anybody currently going or former that you wish you could step in the ring with?
Anybody that I want to step in the ring with? Well, there's this guy named Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker?
Yeah, down in CCW
Okay.
in South Florida. Been wanting to wrestle him in a match to see who the better man is, but it's not happening.
Oh,
But that's someone who's on the indies as well.
okay.
But if I had to say if it's anyone I wanted to work that's up at that next level, like a dream match, anyone I would want to wrestle, Rhino.
Rhino?
Right? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he'd
a
be-
good one.
That's an interesting
I
choice.
like that. I like that pick.
That is a good
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, man. Good luck with your match tonight.
Thank you.
And it's been a pleasure having you on here.
Anytime I'm up here.
Definitely, we definitely look forward to it.
Sounds good. Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Enjoy the matches.
Thanks.
Wow.
All right, and we have Lola Star.